Ba'alahayam,
Bala Alayam,
Bataktaya,
Batak Daya,
La'a Ayara,
La'a Dayara,
Ma'ya'isha,
Mayasha,
Adama,
Adama,
Laya,
Laya,
the water,
the water,
Aman,
Aman,
Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, the Hebrew Israelites, the GMS Louisiana Saints, Lafayette branch, coming back at you with another live lesson. But before we go any further, we're gonna give infinite honors and praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Akakodash.
Akakodash.
That's the Heavenly Father whom the world ignorantly calls God, and the Son whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Akim, pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. All right, and as the title of the lesson speaks, okay, set thine heart aright and constantly endure. Set thy mind aright and constantly endure. Endure for what? The times to come. All right, and as we see Esau Edom, all right, whom the Bible identifies as the devil, okay, is pushing forth into his new image, his new order. All right. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai has assembled the elect, has assembled the saints, starting with Yahweh Shai in his order, man. All right. So as we're pursuing onto the kingdom of heaven and pursuing on to those incorruptible bodies and breaking off these chains of darkness, Esau Edom, the accuser of our brethren, he's pursuing on to his new image, and one will be defeated, man. All right, which was the latter, Esau Edom. Okay, so we're setting our minds with confidence in the Lord in these times and girding up our loins for the events that are set to come next, man, down the line. You got it, brother.
All right, this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 2.
You start at one.
This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare thy soul for temptation. So if ye be on a path to be called a son of God, a son of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're going to be tempted in this life, man. All right, you're going to be made aright. You're going to be made upright. You're going to be made just in order to prepare you for these heavenly bodies that we're going to inherit if we be of their number, man. Okay? So it says, prepare thy soul for temptation. And I want to grab this one real quick.
I got one as
You
well.
got one? You can go ahead, baby.
All right, this is First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. It says, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But thank Yahweh, but thank Salakia, but Yahweh is thankful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
You're done,
God. So again, it says that, I'm gonna read it one more time. It's First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. So the temptations that you go through at these times, all right, these afflictions that we suffer, all right, in the flesh and in the spirit, all right, are what building us up, man. All right, it's building us up, and and the Lord put us through these particular situations, all right, to make us stronger. All right, He's not going to put you in a situation that is going to make you basically going to destroy you, or not going to make a way for you to be able to escape it. All right, He puts you through it to make you stronger. All
All
right,
right.
so you can endure.
I got one for you. You got it.
All right,
It's First Corinthians 10 and 13 in the NLT. It says, the temptations in your life, the temptations in your life are no different from what others experience. And the Most High is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, He will show you a way out so that you can endure.
that's right. So as you read also, Shalaki, in the first portion of the scripture, it says, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So if you believe that you're a man of the Lord, okay, and the Lord puts you through certain adversities and trials, all right, don't think that if you're doing the best that you can through the Spirit, to the best of your ability, that the Lord isn't going to put you in a situation that you won't be able to get through. You just got to have faith, and as the scripture say, I mean, as the title of this lesson say, endure. All right, just go through it. All right.
That was it.
Fine.
You can go back.
All right. This is second Ezra. I feel like it. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 3. Cleave unto him.
Verse 2.
Yeah. All right. Sirach chapter 2, verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
One more time, huh?
Sirach chapter 2, verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Right. Set thy heart aright. Okay, could you get that definition of right?
No.
Because your heart is your life, which is your mind. So the Lord is saying, set your mind aright. All right? Put your mind in a certain order because these times that you're up against, they're going to require a certain mindset, a certain level of sanity, a certain level of spirituality, man. Being in the spirit, knowing prophecy, knowing the testimony of Yahweh. So the Lord is saying, look, get your mind together, get your mind right, man. Okay? You got it, brother.
All right, this is the definition of a right. All right, for Google, it says rightly, right. It says exactly. It says perfectly, truly. All right, correctly.
Perfectly, truly, all right?
Uh,
And we're being made perfect. We're being made more precious than fine gold. But how are we doing that? The Lord is putting us in circumstances. We're coming up into the most important circumstance that is ever written, man. This Karagma, man. All right? And those that are written in the book of life will not take this Karagma, man. And we're going to see the mindset of those men be girded up in this day, man. When bodies are dropping here, prophecy is being laid out here, judgment is being fulfilled here, all these things written in the book, like Yahweh said, not a drop, not a tittle, and a lot till these things come to pass. All these things being written in the book of fulfilled, man. Those that are in the mindset of sanity, they're going to be taken on to the scriptures. But the mindset of insanity is going to be caught with the ladder thereof, which is those nuclear missiles, man. I got you one back to your father.
I got one as well. You can go ahead.
You got it. This Romans 12 and 2, it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Set your heart aright, set your mind aright. You got it, brother. It says, but ye be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect, going into that word aright, and perfect will of the Most High.
That's right. It says perfect will of the Most High, meaning basically our daily walk in the truth, man. All right, that's gonna our daily walk in the truth and continuing to do the work helps us with being able to endure and push on, each and every day. All right. That's why the scriptures say, meditate on these things day and night, and thou shalt have good success. Okay. So that's what we're striving for, to have good success, and that success is ultimately enduring into the end. All right.
Right. It says the latter end that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. That you can know, okay, well, this charagma, that's the MOTB. We're not supposed to take that. That's not the will of the Most High. That's not going to render us perfect. In fact, that's gonna render us lower, man. All right. That's going to render us abominable, man, in the sight of the Most High. So just being in that mindset, it comes with different different avenues that the Lord is going to try you and to make sure, hey, okay, are you renewing your mind? Are you constantly renewing your mind? All right. Are you on the ball with things? Are you being circumspect? Are you watching? You know, are you up to date? But that was it, brother. You got it.
God. All right, this is Isaiah 33 and 6, and it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and the strength of salvation. The Lord, the fear of the Lord is his treasure." Says the brother was saying, as you were saying, you know, the 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 to set thy heart aright is basically, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, having us to have that stability in our mind to be able to endure the different tribulations, to be able to endure the different afflictions, all right, until the end, man, all right. That knowledge, wisdom, and understanding being the scriptures, all right. So,
Yeah, well,
that was on that one, huh?
all right. I got you a quick one. It's in the NLT. This Romans 12 and 2 in the NLT. It says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know the Lord's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect.
That's right. And there's a saying in the world that says, when you know better, you do better. So that's likening to the scriptures. We know better now. So that way, what we're doing, we're practicing. All right, the perfect will of the heavenly Father, which is to keep these words, within our everyday life
Beautiful.
and time.
All right. Hey, we got you another one. It's Ephesians 4, and I'm gonna start at 22. It's like the brother's going into putting off that former dialogue, that former conversation. It says Ephesians 4 and 22. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness.
Yeah, it is one more time, but I'm gonna bring it
Con.
up. Yeah,
It's Ephesians 4 and 22. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corruptible according to the deceitful lust.
that's right. So the deceitful, like the old man, is pertaining to the old man before we came into the knowledge of this truth. All right, and the conversation thereof that we used to, the things that we used to do, the things that we used to partake in,
That's Tazadaki. We can keep going. That's
uh,
another. All right. I'm gonna read it again. It's Ephesians 4 and 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
uh,
Ephesians 4 and 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which is after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness.
that's right. So we put off the old man, which was the man of the world. All right, the things that we learned in the world, the philosophies, all right, the culture and everything that we once knew, and what now we put on the new man, which brings, which comes with this knowledge, this wisdom and understanding. Now we putting on that new man, and now we're conducting ourselves in a different manner, in a different way. We're treating each other differently. All right, we're looking at ourselves in a different light as royalty. All right, as princes and kings. All right, so forth and so on. Fine.
All right, and it says, wherefore put away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another.
Yeah,
It says, be ye angry and sin not, let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil. Meaning what? Be of a sound mind, all right? Know what the will of the Lord is, man. Okay? Don't give up, don't give in to your emotions. Your emotions will, when you give in to them, they'll take the place of logic. And when emotions take the place of logic, all right, they overthrow your judgment, man. They destroy your judgment. They destroy the whole complete will of the Most High, man, that the Most High set out. Okay, so we don't want to get onto that nature to where we put on the old man instead of the new man. All right, we want to renew our mind and constantly be up to date with the things that the Lord is setting out for us to do. Okay, which is the whole duty of man. All right, that was it on that, brother. You got it.
Okay. So,
Let me go
check.
back to the. Yeah, we good on volume, man. We can go back.
All right. This is Sirach chapter 2 verse 3. It says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end."
Woo. You got it, bro. Go ahead.
So it says again, it says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end," which is cleaving on to Yahweh Shem Shai and the things that we have learned. That's the reason why the scriptures say, um, lean not into your own understanding. And what was that other one? Hold on. I can't think of it offhand, man. The thought had escaped me.
What you sound like?
But it's pretty much going into, again, I'm going to read it again. It says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." All right, so cleave on to the things that basically we have learned in this book and that we were taught. All right, and then what? It would help us what increase at that last end because we hold it on to those things that that we were taught, man. Through the spirit.
We're gonna be protected. We're gonna be defended in that
Right.
day. All right. I got you one out.
All
If
right.
you're going to that, could you read it again? I got it. We can break it down.
All right. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 3. "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end."
Right. That we may be increased in wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and ultimately be delivered, man, and be of the Lord's elect. Okay. But cleaving onto the Lord, how? All right. Which is synonymously cleaving onto this word, cleaving onto Yahushua, cleaving onto the prophecy and that testimony. Okay. This is Psalms 91 and 1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." In the secret place of the Most High is these scriptures, man. That's our comforter. Okay. The shadow of the Almighty is His fortress. All right. We take refuge in what? The name of the Lord. Scriptures tell you the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The scriptures tell you that the righteous run into it and are safe. Okay. And that's that ultimate light tower, man, that we run onto, that gives us the spirit and power to move on. But it says, I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. You see, fortress, meaning what? A defense, a symbol of defense. Okay? That fortress, that fort, that protection.
Yeah. Ephesians 6.
Go ahead, brother.
God, when you read Ephesians 6, it says, put on the whole armor of the Lord. And the whole armor of the Lord is the spiritual armor, which is these scriptures, which is the Bible. All right, the things that that we ought to be able to maneuver in the world and to be able to deal and to be able to be preserved in this wicked world. All right. Um, yeah.
I'm going to read it in the NLT. This Psalms 91 in the NLT. Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my power, and I trust him. For he will rescue you from every trap and protect you from deadly disease. So that's what it means when it says to cleave unto the Lord. That's why we give our all to the Lord, because the Lord, this is what the Lord does for us. It says he will protect you from every trap and protect you from deadly disease. He will cover you with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. Those chariots, man, we're going to be beamed up in, man. The Lord is going to shelter us, man, and save us from all the hell, all right, and that fire, that hot anger of the Lord that's going to be directed at America, man, okay? That whole Babylon. But it says, his faithful promises are your armor, going to what you were saying in Ephesians 6. His faithful promises are your armor and protection. Do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the arrows that fly in the day. Do not dread the disease that stalks in darkness, right? Those nuclear missiles, these different pestilences, these judgments that are going out on the earth. Because the scriptures tell you, get it real quick. You can speak on it, right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, that was Psalm 91, right?
Con.
Kind of, I had the same thing.
Con.
But
All right.
you can read it one more time, brother.
All right. I'm reading in the NLT. Psalms 91 And 5 in the NLT, do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the arrow that flies in the day. Do not dread the disease that stalks in the darkness, nor the disaster that strikes at midday. Woo-hoo.
That's right.
Man, it says, though 1,000 fall at your side, though 10,000 are dying around you, these evils will not touch you. Just open your eyes and see how the wicked are punished. I will make the Lord your refuge. If you make the Most High your shelter, no evil will conquer you, no plague will come near your home. Why? Because ultimately, we're praying to get passed over with the blood of Yahushua, which is the truth, man. Because this is spiritual region, man. All right? So we're spiritually taking upon the blood, which is his wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahushua, so that we could be passed over with all these different judgments. Like you said, these disasters that strike at midday, this disease, these arrows, these different, like the scriptures tell you, the secret counsel of the wicked, okay, that bended the bow basically, and he shoot at us in secret, man. All right, all these things Esau does behind the scenes, man. All right, but it says they will hold up Salaki. It says, for he will order his angels to protect you wherever you go. They will hold you up with their hands, so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone.
That's
Man,
right. So this word, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, all right, covers us, man, which is the blood of Yahweh Shah, man. Covers us, from these different plagues that is going to be, terrorizing the whole earth, man, and the wicked. All right, but because, we made ourselves a new man and put off the old conversation of our former man, and we became a new creature, that the Lord has now covered us with the blood, and these different plagues are passing over us. All right.
that's right.
Yep.
Hey, specifically, the juice. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
brothers didn't take that,
Yeah.
and Lord willing, brothers is not taking that charagma, man. As it is written, the Lord tells you, I reserved 7,000 men that have not bowed to the knees of Baal, not bowed the knees to the image of Baal, man.
Uh,
That's this image, man. That's this image, man. All right, brothers got some precepts on the comment board. Shalom, Maki Meow Bashim Yao Shabarakatam.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right, you can go ahead, all right? I
All
got
right.
you. Well, you can go ahead. You go ahead with yours first.
You want me to go back in Sirach?
Oh, let me
Because
bring
I
this
had it
out.
in 91 as well.
Okay, go ahead. Go back to Sirach. You got
All
it.
right. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. All right. So it says, whatever the Lord puts in front of us, we to take cheerfully, man, because as the scriptures say that the Lord, he chastens who he loves. So we to take that in consideration that the Lord is dealing with us, and making us go through something so that way that we can, go through greater trials, all right, and ultimately appreciate the reward, which is the kingdom, all right,
Yeah, I got you. Equip and backing you up.
all right,
This is Second Peter 2:4. It says, "For the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the whole world, but saved Noah the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly."
that's right. One more time at the top,
All right, this Second Peter 2:4. For the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment.
that's right. So we was at one time, on a more spiritual level, on a more higher level. So we went off, and now what? We're at this lower state. All right, we weak bodies. All right, we're subject to sin and death
Mm,
and sickness and plagues and all different type of other things. We're underneath our oppressor. So forth and so on, man. We have to go to him, to the one of all things. We're in a very low state for being, the princes of the power.
right.
You got that?
got you a quick one. It's Romans 8 and 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope.
That's right. So, the creature was subject to sin, was subject to sin. All right, we was meant to go off. So what? That way, we'll be acceptable judges, knowing good and evil.
That's right.
All right, to be those pillars, to be righteous judges in the kingdom.
All
All
right.
right.
Hey, and when the serpent ultimately beguiled Eve, and Adam was beguiled, right? The serpent said, "What? If you eat from this, you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil." He was technically right about that, man.
Yeah.
All right, because in order to be a true God, you have to know good and evil, man.
Yeah.
So this was ultimately put in us from the beginning, like the scripture says, written that evil seed was sowed in Adam in the beginning. So the Lord did that, so ultimately we could go off, be in these chains of darkness, as it is written, Sirach, the second chapter, that lower state, so we can know the other side and be true judges, man.
Yeah.
You got it, brother.
That's perfect balance, as the scriptures say. False balance is an abomination to the Lord. So we had to have that balance of good and evil, or understanding of that good and evil, to be able to judge the world and everything else, righteously. Uh,
I
yeah.
got you another one, brother. You got it. This is Zechariah 9 and 12. It says, "Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope." Because as it was written, Second Peter, it said what? Chains of darkness. But even though we're in these chains of darkness, right, this flesh, we've been put down on this earth, which is hell, to serve out that sentence. Even though we're in these chains of darkness, the Lord still calls us prisoners of hope. So even though we're in this lower state, we got chains on us, okay, shackles, we still got hope. Hope for what? Salvation, to be freed, to be rendered blameless, to be rendered not guilty, to have all this weight of untrue judgment, lies, abominations that have been stacked against us cleared away, man, by true judgment. And Yahweh Shem Yahshua says, Zechariah 9 and 12, "Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee."
Con. We can we can break it down because I was reading some off here and I
You
kind of
got it.
lost my track.
You go ahead.
Okay. What you want me to continue?
Yeah, yeah. If
Okay.
you have one, you can go with it too.
All right. I'm gonna just read verse 5.
You
All
got it.
right. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Woo, one more time, brother.
So it says, this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So, as it says, gold is tried in the fire. Gold is tried in the fire. All right. So, just as gold is tried in the fire, men and adversity, hard times, tribulations. All right. Trials. Different things, ailments, sicknesses. Whatever the case may be, money issues. All right. So we're being tried on this side, all right, to be what? Acceptable, man. Acceptable pillars in the kingdom of heaven, which is righteous judges. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Uh,
I got you one. This First Peter 4 and 12, it says, Beloved, thou would die. All right, the house of David. All right, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
uh, so don't think it's strange that certain things happen to us unannounced. It's most likely going to be the Lord, man, that's trying us. Because what? He's making us what? Tried as that gold. The car might break down. You might get an unexpected bill. All right. You might be dealing with different situations at work. You might be dealing with your woman, family issues. All right. It can come in different ways, but don't think it's strange that these things happen to you. Uh, more than often is because of the Lord, building you up to be, a judge of the whole universe, man. All right, a king, prince of the power. All right.
That's right. It says, But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Yahweh's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
That's right. So when His glory shall be revealed, you also will, be of joyness of your heart because you endured to the end, and now what? You're joint heirs, with Yahweh Shai, man. All right, and the brothers that also endured, their particular trials and tribulations, and ultimately when we get to the kingdom, you
Right.
know, um, different brothers are going to be assigned, different positions based on the path that they went in, you know. Or this brother is particularly good in this, so the Lord set him up in that particular lot because he dealt with those uh, particular type of situations, man. So we all gonna be what kings and rulers in the kingdom if we continue to endure, until the end. All right,
Yeah, I got you cooking.
all right,
This is Romans 8, chapter 8. I'm going to start at 16. It says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai.
Khan. Our spirit bear witness that what we are children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and we know that we're children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai because the Lord said that He would chastise His children. All right, He would chastise the ones that He loves, man. All right, as the scripture says, Esau have I hated and Jacob have I loved, man. All right, so what? The Lord loved, Jacob, which is Israel. All right, and Israel is going to go through these different afflictions. All right, because the Lord loves them, man. All right, but the elect, they're going to go through their situation and be what? Kings and priests in the kingdom of heaven. All right,
It said, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, and if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai.
that's right. So joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. All right, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, ruling the kingdom, all right, of heaven. All right, getting new knowledge and understanding of different things, you know. So yeah, all right,
It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
yeah. So the suffering that we suffer now at this present time, all right, it's nothing, man, because when we get in the kingdom, it's gonna be all worth it, man. All right, all the pain and suffering that we went through, all right, is gonna be as a bad dream. All right, so the things that we're going through right now is really light work to compare to the reward that we have, coming head for us, man. Lord willing, we be of that number.
All right. And it's the point. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God.
That's right. So the creature, man, the earth, the planet itself, the animals, all right, the other nations, what they're waiting for a righteous ruler to rule, the kingdom of heaven, so they can be at peace. All right, they're waiting for what Yahweh Shah to come as well, man. All right, to bring that peace, to the earth, man. All right.
All right. I'm going to read a little bit more. It says, and that was it. That was it. That was it.
Okay.
That was it. Let me see. I'm looking for this other one real quick. Bear with me, Aki.
All right.
Okay, okay. This is in the same chapter. It says, because the creature, Romans 8 and 21, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now.
That's right, man. The scriptures even say that, ask the birds and not in the beasts, and they shall tell thee, man, because what? They're suffering, they're mourning. All right. Esau got them oppressed as well. Got them in, in these zoos, in these different things like that. What he's poacher, like he goes out for them, hunting them for sport to
Yep.
hang up on the wall. So come on, man. The earth is being oppressed as well. The land, there's no land savage, so the earth can't, heal itself. You can go on and on, with this devil, man. He's spreading chemtrails. So, yeah, we got it.
That was it. You got it.
All right. This is Sirach, chapter 2, um, verse 6. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
You got it,
Ye
bro.
that
Yeah, just keep going.
uh, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
Ooh, and your what?
And your reward shall not
Your
fail.
reward shall not fail, because the Lord tells you in Hebrews, He says, what? The Lord is not unrighteous to forget your works and your labor and love, that ye do minister unto the saints, man, in my name. This is Luke 18, and I'm going to start at 7. It says, and shall not the Most High, it's Yahushua speaking, it says, and shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? You see? So when the Lord cometh, he's looking for men that are setting their mind aright. Brother just read it again, that a right came up again, man. Setting your mind in order. All right, getting your thoughts together uh, of the seriousness of these times, man. Because these times that we're living in, they're serious, man. These are what we call dire times, man. All right? Shalom, Akim Yahbashim Yahshabarakatam, Shalom. These are dire times we're living in, man. They cleared the sun out. We can see it now. These are dire times we're living in, man. Extreme times. And when you have extreme times, they call for extreme measures. And being that of the elect, we take extreme righteous measures, man. Which is what? According to these scriptures, according to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You got it, brother.
All right. I got one just backing up that point, that scripture. Right, this is Hebrews 6 and 10. It says, for God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love which ye have showed towards his name, and that ye may minister to do, ye shall, like, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. So the Lord is not slack forgetting, the labor that we have put in for his name, for his son, for the word, all right, and what he's going to reward us, for doing so, man. All right.
That's right, bro.
Uh,
He gonna reward us for doing so, and then some. Because like it said in Zephaniah, it said, turn ye to the stronghold, even to this day I declare I will render double unto thee. So we're not gonna just get our portion, we're gonna get double, man, for doing the will of the Lord. So it's all about faith and perseverance in what you believe in, man. Everybody's standing on what they believe in, right? You got carjackers out there, you got the best thieves, the best scammers, the best robbers. They stand on their cause, right, to a sin. They gonna go out and do what they gotta do to commit a crime. They're gonna go out and do what they gotta do to hack a computer, and so on and so forth, to the fullest extent to get that job done.
yeah,
Why not us in righteousness? You got it, brother Salaki.
like, yeah.
You got
I
it.
was gonna say, even within like professions that people have, they gonna do whatever they gotta do, like, boxers or UFC champions or hairstylists, or whether they're trying to get a degree, they go to their best extent
Right,
to
right.
try to get
Ooh.
those particular type of
Let me
things.
get this up real quick. You got it. You got it.
So they go to their best extent to get those particular things, and we ought to do the same thing while we what underneath, while we're in this truth. We should follow the same, what is the word that I'm looking for? The same ambitions that we had in the world, whether it being a rapper or a singer or any of those things, being a football player, basketball player, we should, like the scriptures say, seek the Lord 10 times more, man, now that what we have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right? You got it, all right?
Got you one. It's First Corinthians 9:24. It says, "Know ye not that ye which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible."
right? So that's like the brothers. So beautiful. One more time, huh?
Ooh, we.
God,
All right, Baba Kushah, can I read this Baba Kushah for you
sure.
first? Because it said that he runneth a race, right?
Right.
But this is the race that we're running, Akim. All right, this is the race that we're running. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run, that readeth it." So that's the race we're running, man. That race of the vision, that race of this testimony, that race of prophecy, man. We're running that race, man. We're not just running any race. All right, carjackers, they're running their race. Gangbangers running their race. Bankers, accountants, judges, lawyers, doctors, they're running their race, man. But we're running that race of salvation, man. Okay? And that was it. I'm gonna go back to the other one.
God. Right.
All right. Back in that First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 again. "Know ye not that ye which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain." It said one
One,
receiveth the prize. You got it, brother. Let me get in there now.
God. So it says, do it one more time,
All right. First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 again. "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize?"
That's right. So everybody's running. Everybody's running their own race. Whether it be like the things that we've been over, whether it being a doctor, a nurse, assistant,
Yeah.
or
Te-
you know,
Teachers, cashiers,
time.
everybody's in their own race. You can liken that to them being in their own world, right?
Exactly.
But we're in the world of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. All right, and we're in His world, okay. And that world that He come forward is Israel, man. I gotta pay, brother. All right, it's First Corinthians 9:24 in the NLT, and it reads, "Don't you realize that in a race everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win." It says all athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize. So I run with purpose in every step. Am I not just shadow boxing? I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I might myself be disqualified. Ooh, it's heavy.
Yeah. So you can run that back in the KJV.
All right. It's First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. Back in the KJV, it says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things."
That's right. So everybody's running a race, and they're trying to master or critique the thing that they're trying to run after. All right. Just as we are trying to what master this truth, so that way that we'll be able to teach it, and through that what gain salvation. You got it, right?
All right, it says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible."
Yeah. So they do it to obtain the corruptible crown because what they're still of the world, right? They still got the ways of the world on them.
Yep.
They got their old man on them. Like rather to us, the scriptures tell us to be meek, they tell us to be humble, to love thy brother, love thy neighbor as thyself,
Mm-hmm.
so forth and so on. So it's not corruptible like theirs are, man. The world is about pride,
Yep.
selfishness, and so forth and so on, man.
All right. It's not corruptible because it's not exemplifying that of the world.
Yeah,
It's of the
exactly.
kingdom of heaven, so it's gonna be eternal. It's gonna be everlasting. It's gonna be something that's true.
Yeah.
So it says, 1 Corinthians 9:25, the letter N. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, you know, using your energy up for nothing, man.
Nothing.
On nothing. All right, devoting your energy and all your strength to nothing, man. Instead of devoting your energy, your time, and your strength, like the scripture says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Constantly endure. Constantly self-evaluate. Constantly look in the mirror. Refresh. All right, bring these things to remembrance. But it says, I therefore so run not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it under subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
Uh, so basically, we're we're fighting, in this truth to become basically the best version of ourselves, to be, princes and kings, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, you know. Uh,
Right, brother.
yep.
You got it right.
All
You could
right.
finish that.
Back in let's see. All right. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse um, verse 9. It says, "Ye that fear the Lord hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look, look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? On whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" So basically, it's saying, man, look at all the generations. Look at our forefathers. All right, the scriptures was written for our learning. Look at our forefathers. They got delivered from their situations when they called upon the Lord. So have that same faith and that hope as they did, and your hope won't fail you. Basically, all right. It says, "For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgetful sin, and saveth in the time of affliction." So the Lord is long suffering. He'll save us in the time of affliction, especially if we've done the work, labored, labored for His name. All right, to push His name out there. So what He help us in the time of our affliction when what our enemies come up and rise up against us. When certain situations arise, He make it there a way that we are able to escape those things. Time. All right. Verse 12. It says, "Woe be to." It says, "Woe be to the fearful heart and faint hand, and the sinners that go two ways. Ooh. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended."
Ooh. Hey, back you up. This Proverbs 24:10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small, man. And this is the day of adversity, man. This is the time where we need to be in the most sober, conscious, spiritual mind, man. Because things are going on, and at any moment, life as we know it, this society as we know it, is going to be turned upside down in prophecy, like we was going into, in disease, all right, in pestilence, in wars, in judgment. Okay, all those things are gonna, disasters. All those things are gonna hit this place at once, man. All right, we're one phone scroll down, one alert away from all hell breaking loose in this place, man. One major false flag, man, for them to fully implement this Revelation 13 and 16, this Quran, man. So that's why we're pushing the spirit of set your mind aright, man. Endure for enduring these things, man. I got another one, man. This is Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 22. It says, Yahushua speaking, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved, man. So until the end. Like Apostle Paul said, I've run that course, I've run that race. You got to see it through, man. You got to see it through, young man. You've been called to serve a higher power. You got to walk that walk of faith, man, until the end. You got to fully commit and rely on the Lord, because that's what ultimately you're going to be tested upon. All right, this Revelation 13 and 16 is coming up the ladder, man, coming down the ladder. That's what we're going to be tested on, man. All the earth is going to be tried, man. You got it, brother.
Yeah, I had one, but it actually goes, it jumps down to further in the, I wanted to make a point, but it jumps further down in the chapter. So
Go back to
can,
Sirach. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All
Please.
right. This is Sirach chapter 2 verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore he shall, it says, therefore shall he not be defended.
Ooh, and the title of the lesson is Set Thy Heart Aright,
Yeah,
Constantly Endure. So if you're faint hearted, you're not going to be in the shadow of the Almighty. You're not going to be defended, man.
yeah,
From the arrow that fly by day, from these disasters, from these diseases, man. All right. If you're faint hearted, your mind is weak, man. You're weak minded. You're easily given into the things around you or the society, right? That's what faint hearted means, right? Faint going into weak.
yeah.
All right. Heart
Hardly
is your
going into
mind.
mind.
You got it, brother.
Yeah,
You got it. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Like the brother said, faint going into your heart, and
Can you get that word faint real quick?
chill out, not heart, faint going into your heart. So,
Yeah, man. This is the wrong time to start not believing in this truth, man. Stop believing, man.
I got it up.
But the right time to go full force in believing and faith in your power. You got it up.
So, faint-hearted. The definition um, it says lacking courage. All right. It says um, it says nervousness, fearful, af-
Fearful,
afraid, coward,
coward,
cowardly. It says spiritless.
spiritless, man.
Yeah,
Not
not that
when
truth
you
in you.
spiritless, you're not operating in the spirit. You're gonna take that charagma, man, and that charagma is gonna have you spiritless. All right. You're being made to the likes of technology, man. A digital image. You got it, brother.
All right. That's it in the definition.
You can go back
Right.
up. Here you
It says, "Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you?" So yeah, so because you was faint-hearted, which faint, like the brother said, going into weak, and hearted going into your mind, you was weak-minded. The scripture says what? Put off the weak nature.
go. Yes.
It says put off the weak nature, and basically put on this truth, man. Because what it strengthens us. It makes
Indeed.
us manly again. Right? It puts us in that king mentality.
Heavy.
You know. So yeah, it says.
I got you, son.
All right.
This second Ezra 14 and 13. This is it made a beautiful point, just backing you up. It says, "Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature,
Yeah.
and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times." And here's the point: for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done thereafter,
Right.
man.
I'm a lot on that. Can you go over this one more time? Can you read it for me?
Kind, this is second Ezra 14 and 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature.
Right. So now we're putting off the weak nature, which was the ways that we learned in the world. All right. A shell of our former selves, man. And now we have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord. All right. And what we're putting on that manly, masculine, ruler mentality type, king type, spirit on us again. All right. And dealing with men, accordingly too as well. That's a part of it as well. You got it, right?
It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done thereafter.
Yeah. So basically, put off the weak nature of having to worry about the cares of this world. Worrying about your house or your car. Or, certain. I mean, not to say that you can't take care of the things that you need to take care of, but don't put those things first before the truth, because that would be a weak nature to do. That would be of a weak nature to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Lord's basically saying, hey, snap out of the ways of this world, get your mind right, because the evils that are coming down the line, if you don't have your mind right, you're going to be confounded by them. You're going to be
Yep.
destroyed, man. You got it, brother.
Okay.
We almost done.
Yeah. Verse
Yeah,
verse 15, it says, this is Surah chapter 2, verse 15. Uh, uh, Surah chapter 2, verse 15. It says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and that they love him. It says, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. And it says, they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and
hmm
humble their souls in
that's
his
right.
sight.
There it goes again. Prepare your mind. Set thy mind aright. Put off the weak nature. The Lord is specifically setting that out. That's a commandment in these times, man.
Yeah,
To have your mind free from these distractions. Have your mind free from these things that could uh possibly have you slip up
yeah,
and have you back in the world taking that charagma, man.
yeah.
You got it, brother.
Basically, the fiery darts of the world, man, just like the fiery darts of Esau, but in a spiritual sense. All right. Verse 18, Sirach chapter 2, verse 18, it says, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men, for as his majestic uh,
Majesty.
majesty is, so is his mercy.
That's right, man. And we know ultimately, pertaining to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 1, it says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hands of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them, man. So saying we should fall into the hands of the Most High, man. We want to be defended by the highest of the highest, man. The Ancient of Days and His Son Yahweh Shai and the holy angels, man. Not the shadow of Egypt, man. All right. So we're girding up our loins in these last seconds of time. All right. Setting our heart aright and constantly enduring. You got anything, brother? Lord willing, this message was edifying. All right. We're gonna turn the face to east and give infinite honors and praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akafadash.
double honors to our teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and are worthy of the double honors. Peace and blessing to you, Aki, and pushing out this truth across the four corners during these last seconds of time. Call me Ashala,
Kwame Ashala,
Bob Bob,
Ba'agabal,
Shalom.
Shalom,
Till
Akim.
next time, Akim Shalom.
Shalom.